We need to first of all make a motion to amend the agenda. And we added a few more items. Tom, do you want to run over those for us?
Yep, for sure. Just 1 second here. Make sure
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Catherine.
I have them right here, Tom. I can read them.
Sure. I noted
Okay.
them as their agenda item order. So it's 7.4 to 7.7.
Yes, okay. All right, then do we need to read them out for the record?
Sure, might as well.
Okay. 7.4, report on Walk a Mile in Her Shoes promotional video. 7.5, update on Trivia Tuesday. 7.6, update on metadata process and Vita uploads to date in 2021. 7.7, update on presentation of the BDA strategic storage strategic plan to the council. Could somebody approve the agenda?
Just one other thing, Beth. We were
Yes.
going to add, and I don't know if that's included in the Vita uploads. We were going to add that we're going to upgrade our Vita subscription. Do we need a separate agenda item for that?
I would say yes. It's quite a different item, so,
We can deal with that in the budget item.
okay, all righty.
Okay.
All right. Can somebody approve the agenda,
I got it.
please? Seconder?
Sure.
Okay. Are there any declarations of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? Okay. Has everybody read the minutes from the last meeting, and would somebody like to approve them unless there's any discussion?
We just have that one thing to change.
Yes. Catherine noted that it still says on the signing line, it still says the former chair. So, and I don't know why it still does, as I said to Catherine, I've tried to change that about 5 times now, I think. Anyway, I've changed it again, and I'm going to amend these minutes to reflect that.
Okay.
Thank you. Unless I can blame something that goes wrong on Fletch. then that would be okay, but I don't think he'd appreciate that. Any other discussion of the minutes? Would somebody please approve them? Catherine? Seconder? Ralph? No delegations, correspondence. I think the Hyacinth, please.
Okay, I got an email from Owen Gibb, and he's asked if our digital group is still willing to speak to a Lions meeting. I am suggesting our meeting on Monday, October 25th. Our meetings start at 7, and the length can be between 15 and 30 minutes. So he would like me to reply to that, and I told him we had a meeting today, and we would decide if we were going to do it.
I certainly think we should do it, yes.
I've spoken with Catherine about this, and she's agreed to help me do that presentation. And I've talked with Hassan and Joe about it as well. And
And I would like to be there. What time is this, Hyacinth?
The meeting starts at 7.
7, okay. All right. Any other correspondence?
Just lots of traffic on Facebook and Instagram from different posts. We can cover a lot of that in Trivia Tuesday, but independent of that, still we're getting good traction.
Great. Okay, reports, calendar update, Catherine and Ralph.
we've narrowed the images from, I think we started with 42, and we're down to 19 now. All 19 of those images have been improved to the point where we feel that they're publishable. Catherine has sent out requests for quotes to 3 different suppliers, and Catherine, we've now heard from all 3 suppliers, correct?
Correct.
And I guess we're asking Tom if what's the process? Where do we go from here? And can we go ahead and make a choice?
Ralph, what quantities are you getting quotes on?
500 and 1,000.
Okay,
So
And
Tom,
we-
I have not spoken to anybody since I spoke to you, which
Okay.
is why Ralph is asking for the process. So if you want to take it from there, so everybody,
Yeah, so from here, I did confirm that there is sufficient funds in the budget to cover this. So that's one check off the list. We're good for that. So of the three quotes that and Catherine actually just sent them to me. So it looks like the local company Willow has the lowest quote when you factor in any additional costs. So from here, basically we would need a confirmation email from you guys copied with me to the company of choice, and then just accepting that quote, and then that way we're all in the same loop, and then we can, when we get the invoice from Willow in this case, we'll pay it.
what were the quotes? Or I mean, no, I don't need to know all of them. What was Willow offering that we accepted?
So we should have a proper motion that just describes this. So the best quote, as far as I said, factoring any provisional items, is from Willow, and for 1,000, it's $27.89 plus HST. So I guess if you guys want to go ahead with that, then it should be good to have a motion to approve that expenditure out of your 2021 budget.
I'll be happy to make the motion.
And I'll be happy to second it.
Good. Excellent. Budget discussion is agenda item 7.2, and I have the budget for 2021, and we're beginning to prepare for 2022. But, I just wanted to confirm with Tom that the budget I have is the one that the municipality has. And I think that because of COVID and our lack of, outward facing activity like the History Open House, I think there needs to be different revenue streams, or not revenue streams, but, expense items so we need to move some money around. I don't know whether we can do that for 2021, but certainly for 2022, I think we'll have to look at where the spending should be.
Yeah, so I had a good discussion with the director of finance this morning. So I'm just trying to get into this file so I can see it. So basically on our end, how it works is there's, GL accounts. So that's why the naming doesn't really match up the same to how you guys have been keeping track in your Excel spreadsheet. But the overall amounts are correct. So, you had that 11,505. That's the correct amount. The amount the amount remaining varies slightly. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a breakdown of where we're at in 2021 right now. So basically there was, because the Vita hasn't come out yet, so I made a note of that. So if that, we're going to have that little chat, I guess, following this little update anyway. But we are looking at that as being about 1,015. Is that right? The previous years?
previous years, but we're hoping to upgrade that, which will put it at, I have that.
Okay.
It's gonna be 1,300 plus tax, I think. Yeah, there it is.
Would you be up wanting to change that for like this coming payment? or would this approaching payment be the last year's rate? I guess is what I'm trying to figure out.
This approaching payment would be the new rate,
Okay.
if approved.
So- okay.
Yeah, in fact, we have to get a hold of Vita and tell them we want to upgrade. So they send us an invoice for the new amount instead of the old amount. And we're expecting that. It came in last year on October the 1st, which is the coming Friday.
So what's the difference between them? 400 or?
So the one we're on now is $8.99, and the new one is $12.99. So it's
Plus-
a $400
Plus tax.
plus taxes, yeah.
Okay, so, okay. Sorry, I gotta get my calculator out again now.
What do you need it for?
Okay.
Catherine, you could just maybe add what we're adding to this package.
The benefits of going up.
capabilities We will have now.
So what, there's two big ones for us, and there are others that are going to be make a big improvement from the public side as well. The two for us as the maintainers of this account. The storage, we are in the midst, and Beth, you'll get into that in a little bit, but the standard which we have now is 10 gigabytes of storage. The plus account is 50 gigabytes. We're approaching our limit on the 10 gigabytes, and we have a lot of stuff coming in, and that's going to be coming in, and that we're starting to upload. Beth, you can get into that. Another really big one, and this comes into the latest collection we brought in, which is the Memory Junction Bangay family. I've scanned the first batch, which is probably 25% of what they're offering us, and that's 500 scans, 500 images finished. It's more than 500 scans because of stitching, but with the new one, with the plus, we can upload in a batch. So you make a template, and then you take all the pictures in that batch and upload them with the push of a. What we have on Vita is a unique upload. The time saving is monumental.
And the cost isn't that much more. I mean, we're not,
$400.
yeah.
But the batch
So,
upload for me is the big one. The storage obviously is big. Other things, it have a customized style sheet, so we can make it more Brighton centric. It won't look as generic as it does when people go to the site. They'll know it's Brighton, which is really a nice thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
We can have different web pages. We can have different agencies. So if there's somebody else who wants to it's appropriate that they're part of this under our mandate, that we can also accommodate them. Lots of upgrades there, but really just the storage and the batch uploads is going to get Brighton images to the public a lot quicker.
I think it's a great improvement. So that's for not that much more. So
It's really nice because when we started, we had basic and we didn't know if we'd use all of that. And we quickly realized that we had to go up again, and going up means more people are engaging with us and we have more images to show. So it's not just a software upgrade, it's also a community upgrade that there's that much interest. So lots of good stuff coming out of that.
okay, great. Any other budget discussions?
Tom, you had some numbers for us?
Yeah, so I'll just sort of finish that. So with that note, essentially, there is, after that expenditure for 1,400 plus HST, or 1,300, I should say, is 4,735 remaining in 2021 budget.
Did you add in the Brian Todd equipment purchase, the revenue that we got
Yeah.
from them?
Yeah, so
Okay.
that includes that. It also factors out the honorariums completely, because you're not allowed to like sort of dive into the honorarium
Okay,
budget line.
right.
So that is like with all honorariums aside, all transfer from reserves aside. And it's just the hard numbers of what's remaining in that budget.
Okay. And this budget is a calendar year?
It's calendar year, yeah.
Calendar year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should probably have a motion to upgrade the Vita account to enable the batch uploads for the additional cost of 400 for a total of $12.99 plus HST.
Right, so that'll be going to the Vita Plus
Option.
platform. Yeah.
Okay.
Option, yeah, the Vita Plus option.
Okay. Great.
Oh,
We
yes,
need a
I would like
motion?
to
We
make that
need a
motion.
motion? Catherine,
like
are you
to move
making this
that.
motion?
Okay.
Okay. And Mary, you seconded it?
Okay. And then the other part on the budget is looking at next year. Is that budget, is the 2021 budget sufficient as a full total? Or do you foresee needing to increase? And again, we're just kind of looking at the total here, because as I said, the line items don't really match up to how the
Right.
GL lines are set up. So
So you said we had 4,700 approximately left in the budget, right?
Yeah.
Well,
So
I
the
think there are
calendar
some
comes out of
line
that, right?
items. Pardon
Sorry,
me?
does the calendar come out of that 47?
yeah, so the calendar, that's before the calendar. So then we'll be looking at, somewhere around just
18,
below
19.
102.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a date this budget has to be presented by?
Originally, the request was to have operational budgets in the middle of September, but it's,
we missed that.
no, it's because you have to have a meeting to
Okay,
approve it. So basically, like, it would be good to approve it at this meeting if possible. All other committees, I'll just give you this as a piece of information. So other committees are in general trying to maintain a 0% increase. Same as last year, just because of the ongoing situation, same as last year. So unless there's something major that you can think of, I think it would be appropriate just to maintain a 0% increase.
As long as you account for the change in the Vita price in there, because that'll have to come out of another portion of the budget.
right.
Yeah, I mean, and as we look right now, we still have more than sufficient funds for that. So yeah, so I guess it's.
I guess my question is, I would have liked to have looked at the history open house budget more. I don't know, well, we haven't, and this is our own responsibility, we haven't had any discussions about that for next year and what it could mean. So I don't know whether you can come back if we decide to expand the history open house. I mean, can we come back and appeal for more funding?
You definitely can request additional funds if it's something that
The council approve. It would,
yes. If it's something that council feels that would be, a benefit to the community, that kind of thing,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And I should also add too that the heritage, committee might be involved in any planning for the 2022 as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, right now, I think if you guys just requested an extra 400 for that upgrade to Vita, I think that would be still, it's only $400 you're requesting additional.
Yeah.
Do you want to go with that then?
I personally think we can leave the budget the way it is. I do have a lot of questions about pre-planning, but we're not gonna get to that for months. So I think we should go ahead with the addition or the redistribution to purchase the Vita upgrade. So I think we should just accept the budget. Following me?
I'm comfortable with that. we've added in an extra calendar run. We've upgraded Vita. We're still within budget. That doesn't preclude reserves or any other outside grants approved.
Right.
So I'm happy with it.
Anybody else? Hyacinth, Joe?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Sounds fine.
Okay. Do we need a motion for that, Tom?
Yes, please.
I so move that we keep, oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Mary.
Oh, okay. I'd like to move that we accept the budget as reported.
Seconder,
I second that.
Joe, Shannon. Tom, just a question. Can I move and second things?
Yeah, you can make motions for
Oh,
sure.
okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
You
Mary,
have
did you
immense power, Beth. Immense power.
You know, this is such a, you're right. Yes, Mary.
I just
Mary?
wanted to say at this time again that how much council and staff appreciate
Oh.
all the work that goes on. And certainly if there was a major expense, I'm sure that council would consider that and offer us that kind of money if there was some major event that we wanted to do. So
That's
I
good
think
to know.
staying where we are is good too.
Yeah. Okay. Excuse me, Brighton, I remember update. Joe and Shannon, or Joe and Shannon, Joe and Hyacinth.
Okay, we're presently working on our latest video and been spending some time, researching photos and going through the video. And we've got a few more people that we have to talk to, but getting them on board is a little more difficult than we thought. But we've got a pre-interview on Friday and hopefully another one next week.
Excellent.
The three of us were editing yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was
Yes.
yesterday. And we got 7 minutes into 27 minutes of the show. So we'll be scheduling a number of edit sessions before we're finished that. And then we'll have the Stewart video is on YouTube now, but only accessible by a direct link. We're planning to present both at once when the second is finished to the community.
Mary?
Yeah, thanks, Beth. Have we interviewed Ian Simpson? Because there's so many reasons why I would think that he should be a great profile, and especially because his ancestors were the first families to actually settle in Brighton, and because of all the great acting that Ian's done and all the memories he would have of the support that he had in Brighton. So I don't think we've done him, have we?
Have not. I just didn't think he lived here.
He has
Oh,
a
yeah,
home
he
here on
does.
Simpson Street.
Sorry? He does live here?
Mhm.
Because when we
Yes,
talked to
he
him
has a
last,
home on Simpson Street in Brighton.
yeah,
just
but
out-
I thought that he
He's
lived
back and forth when he's acting.
Okay,
but That's his
okay.
permanent home.
Hasn't he, during COVID, pretty much resided in Brighton and done most of his work online
Yes,
the
as far
last
as,
2 years?
yeah.
Okay.
And I also want to point out, when we post something on social media, Ian is one of the first guys to weigh in and provide more information, which I'll get to in the Trivia Tuesday report, but
Does
excellent
anybody
idea.
have his phone number?
I have it.
I have it.
Okay.
Okay. Can you forward it to Joe, please?
Okay.
Excellent. Ralph, do you want to do a report on Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, the promotional video?
Walk a Mile was completed and it was uploaded about a week before the event occurred. I know that you were at the event, Beth, and Mary, were you at the event as well?
No, I was unable to go. that
Okay.
day.
I was unable to go as well, but it's up on Facebook. It has received 348 Facebook views. So I think that's more than last year. And
Ralph, I think you did a great job in doing that. You had wonderful helpers, Catherine and I, but I noticed not many of our cuts made it, but you know.
that's not true.
But I like the fact that you put in some of the statistics, because I think they get lost in all of this, that you know, this Northumberland County service is really still very much needed. Janelle Eisler, who was the marketing person there, was thrilled with your efforts and very appreciative.
Good.
A small turnout, but a mighty turnout. And so thank you. I think it was good for us to do it and good for them. Any questions on that? Catherine, how about an update on Trivia Tuesday?
Well, we're loving it.
Everybody loves it.
We are just loving it. Caroline it was only going to run mid-June to the end of August. Caroline's contract has been extended, so
yay.
She's fortunately going to be with the municipality. Good move on the municipality's part.
Good move.
To the end of December. She has so many plans for us and what we can do, and in terms of virtual experiences based on our catalog. But on Trivia Tuesday, we had really good responses. A couple of weeks ago, for the first day of school, we kind of turned it around and we didn't present trivia. We presented a picture of the Brighton Public School of 1922 with no names. It was from the Bangay collection.
That's good.
We had no names on this wonderful picture that's probably 2.5 feet long and 8 inches high. And this is where Ian comes in. Ian sent the picture to his aunt, who provided a bunch of names. A bunch of other people provided names. So this cool picture with no information is now populated with data. Not totally, but certainly way more than we had. So Caroline kind of had that idea, switch around and ask for the information rather than presenting the information. But it's been really well received. It's a lot of fun. The next one rolls out tonight. I have no idea what I'm posting yet, but it's a good outreach for us. It's well received and a lot of fun.
Very popular. A lot of people comment to me personally what great fun it is.
And it's nice that the municipality has its side and then refers to our side. And again, it's Caroline's idea. She's executed it well, and she's just a real asset for the community.
Absolutely, I totally agree. Moving on to update on metadata process and Vita uploads to date in 2021. I can speak to part of that. We do have a plan to train myself, Hyacinth, and Joe to be excellent and high functioning metadata inputters for all the wonderful images we have. This has been an issue because it's time consuming and it's not really that much fun to do. But we're getting closer and closer. So I'm going to write out from all the great material Ralph and Catherine gave me what I think the process should be. Then Hyacinth, Joe, and I, under, I guess, Catherine and Ralph's supervision, will go through it and learn how to do it. I think it's the kind of thing, once you learn how to do it, you can just do it as very rote work after a while. So this is for two reasons. One is Vita is the one source where we can ensure that that material is captured and saved. I'm looking at Ralph, but I mean, that's how I feel about it. That's where it resides, and it resides for the world there. Anybody can see it. And we have so much that we've already done. So we just need to close that gap, get the metadata done, and then get it uploaded. Once we get caught up, it won't be so difficult going forward. For one thing, we'll know how to do it. And secondly, we will be able to do it quickly. On this topic, I spoke to Abigail Miller, who is the archivist at Northumberland County, and asked for help through the Sir Sanford Fleming Museum program. for students that would help us do that, would, do the metadata tagging as well. So I have a call into Robin Barron there about that. And then Abigail said that they have one woman there who is a volunteer. They're having trouble accommodating all the people that want to volunteer. And so just today, she connected this woman and with me. And so I will talk to her and see what her capabilities are and what she wants to do. She calls herself an archivist. I think she's not employed there, but I think she's an enthusiastic lover of history. So if we can use those resources, we will, just to move the project along further. That's about all I have. Catherine, do you want to add anything?
Just adding on to that with the tagging, a lot of the images that came in from the Bangays were school pictures, and a lot of them do have all the information on it, which again is just typing. It's just having somebody who can put it in the appropriate fields the way it's presented, and then we can edit the photo and then we can make it public. And Vita hasn't changed really from a public viewpoint in a while. Our Vita hasn't, but the back end of it has changed immensely, the amount of data we've put in. So Beth, with that opportunity of somebody to do that, and you and Hyacinth and Joe, that can turn around and be a vastly different public presentation quickly.
All right, under that, I'm just going to add this. I'm not sure if this actually fits in here, but I did go on a seminar and on a Zoom meeting with the, I'm going to get this wrong, the National Historic Development something. Sorry. They are the national group that is looking at exactly what we're talking about. What do libraries need? What do universities need to function on the same level? It is exactly what we're doing. I filled out the survey and I went on the Zoom meeting with them, and it was very, very interesting. But I did pipe up and I talked about what a great job Brighton Digital Archives was doing, and that they can visit us here and here and here. So I hope they took that opportunity. But just to say for the record, this group has put the municipality so far ahead of where most historical groups are. It's really impressive to me. I think it's really good. And they were impressed too. So I just wanted to bring that up. I will get the name, Tom, and send it to you, okay? The name of this group that I can't remember. Okay, moving on to 7.7 update. Tom, we've been Mary from you on the presentation of the BDA Storage Strategic Plan to Council.
I have nothing. Tom, do you?
No.
Who would present it to council?
So those minutes, I think I had it on my list to actually send them for the October 18th meeting. So let me check.
Well, you can get back to us. I mean, it's, it's kind of something I would like to put the closure on,
Okay.
that we've done the full circle with it.
Yeah, I'll follow up on that. And like I said, I'm pretty sure I have it, that those minutes with the strategic plan attached will be in the October 18th meeting.
And so what do they do? I mean, have they read it? Are they going to just approve it, or what is the process when it gets to council?
The minutes will be attached to the agenda, and then we pull out the recommendations to council from inside the agenda, so that they know what they're sort of looking at.
Right.
And then they'll have the opportunity to read through it, but basically the idea would be the recommendation is going to say that council approve the strategic plan. So unless there's further discussion, it might just be like a 30-second right, everyone approves and then moving on kind of thing. And
Mary will be there to defend us.
Oh, for sure. But I don't think there would be anybody that would not to defend this group. Certainly lots of positive things I hear.
Good, good. Excuse me, are there any other things that we need to discuss at this time? Ralph?
I have two things. One, I should have added this to the agenda, was the Brian Todd Foundation photo shoot that we're doing next Tuesday. And if we haven't already done this, to extend an invitation to Mary to be a part of that. It's going to be at 3:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday. And it's going to be the two groups, the Brighton Digital Archives, including Sven, and I have this idea that we're still working on, but all of us will be included, and all of our equipment will be included as well. It's going to be set up as if it's a video shoot, but we're just shooting a still. I would like some of us to go up to the hall and just look at what our constraints are and what our lighting situation will have to be. If any of us can do this on Friday, I'm available on Friday or on the weekend for that matter.
Well, why don't you set the date?
Okay, Joe Hyacinth, are you fairly free on Friday or the weekend? Well, you can let me know. Let me know.
Yeah.
We'll work it out. Anyway, I want to do some trial shots. I want to make sure what it's going to be a very complicated little setup. And although when the committee arrives, we'll have figured all of the details out, and the actual photography will be fairly quick, as long as we can make it work.
Okay.
We have a
that's good.
pre-interview on Friday morning. Can we make it in the afternoon, Ralph?
Sure.
Do you want Swen to come?
If he's available, yes. I'd always like to get his input on stuff.
Okay. So Friday, we'll aim for Friday afternoon. Do you want us just to confirm it with you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay.
Catherine, are you going to be able to do that?
Yep, that's good for me, thanks.
Okay. And if you're interested in coming, Beth, Mary, you don't
I
need
am?
to be there for this
Okay.
Friday.
All right. That sounds good.
The other thing was the planned Heritage Advisory Committee collective meeting with us. Is that still happening on the 20th?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the date that we sort of planned between the two committees.
Okay. And will our entire committee be expected to be there, or just represented? Is this not a regular, is this a regular HAC meeting, or?
No, it's not a regular meeting for either committee.
Oh, okay. So we're all expected to be there then? This is just a
I
quick.
think that would be good.
If you can, yeah.
Okay. So
And is
that's
that going
gonna
to
be
be
Zoom.
live or on Zoom?
Unfortunately, it looks like it will be on Zoom.
That's
I know
fine.
it's not great with that number of people, but just considering the time frame of the whole fourth wave peak thing that they're saying
Yeah.
is going to be right around that time, I think it'll be in
That's
Zoom.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Okay.
great. All right.
And that's it from me.
Would somebody like to move for adjournment?
Oh, hold on. So are you guys still wanting to do your meeting, your next regular meeting on the October 26th? That would be the,
Yes, I believe we are. Yeah.
We'll need that to approve a budget that we are going to put together between now and then, or we've already approved that. So sorry. Forget that.
yeah.
Do you have a concern with this, Tom?
No.
Oh, okay. All right,
No.
then we'll have the meeting on October the 26th. then.
Okay. I was just thinking for the next meeting though, it might be good to, I'll see if I can get the director of finance to come to that meeting.
Okay,
Maybe so we can, unless we can work it out just like operationally and then I just present it, but basically try to like line up those line items in the budget to make
I
more
would
sense
appreciate that.
on this side as well.
Right. And I
Um,
would like to see what, like, I'd like to see it go through, Like, I have no idea what's happening with the budget. I don't know when we pay somebody or, And I think I would like to know that. What is happening with the budget. So I don't know whether you do a monthly report or quarterly report, or I don't think that's difficult to do. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm.
No, I think it's just a matter of requesting a printout. The only issue with that is timing. There's sometimes like a lag between, let's say, credit card
Sure.
processing
No, I
versus
understand that.
this or that. So sometimes it won't be reflected when you think it
Right.
should be.
Right. I think that's okay, though. That's okay. Well, I mean, I think it would be nice to know where we have the money and what a good job we're doing, I guess, but and where we can spend more.
Okay.
All right.
We don't need a motion, Beth. You can just cancel it because you are all powerful.
I say this meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
everybody.
Okay.